Well, happy Monday morning, guys, and I thought today I would share with you, this is so simple, easy, stupid simple recipe, but I figured I would show it because it's something I've been making at least once a week. Since butternut squash you can get at our local farmer stand up the road for $1, and it's just really good. Everybody loves it. And it's really easy to make. So, figured I'd turn on the camera and just share it, just in case it's a new idea for somebody else. Many of you probably already know how to make this. It's just one butternut squash. I cut it in half. So it's just cut in half. You want to wash it really well. Cut it in half. Scoop out the seeds. The seeds will be at the bottom. I also cut off, there's my oven. I also cut off the end and the top. And, just wash it up. And then what I do is I add just about a cup of water to the bottom of, a baking dish. This dish I've had probably for 20 years. Alright, so then all I do is I take some Himalayan pink salt and add some salt to it. Okay, and then I take some black pepper. This one is a peppercorn medley. And I just grate some fresh black pepper on there. Okay, and I put some foil on the top of this. And I just bake this at 375 for 1 hour. Okay, and then it cooks for about an hour, and then I let it sit in there for about an hour and just rest. So it's still, as you see, piping hot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and remove the skin. All right, so there is one. So as you can see, you can really just scoop this out and plop it right into your mixer if you have one. If you don't have one, you could mix this by hand. I just use my mixer because it's easier for me and my arthritis, which is acting up today. Okay, once you get all of the squash out, that's what it looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and lift this up and give this a good little mix. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add just a couple of tablespoons of butter. Okay, so I went ahead and added between 2 and 3 tablespoons of butter to that. Kind of chop it up enough. My butter was cold, so I kind of chopped it up into smaller pieces and threw it in. I'm just going to let that heat together. There we go. You can see it a little bit better. And so then once all of that is beaten and the butter's incorporated, we're going to go ahead and just put this in a baking dish. Doing real high tech today. I have you guys on a glass bowl. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a spatula here. Scrape down my bowl, and I'm just putting it in one of my temptation bowls here, which I'll try to do it the other way. I'm not left-handed, but this way you guys can see. All right. Get all that in your dish. Okay, and then we are going to go ahead and I'm going to give this a taste just to make sure it doesn't need any salt or anything like that. I don't think it does. No, it's perfect. just adding that little bit of butter makes it so rich, yet it's still so light. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let this cool down a little bit because it's still really hot. And then I'm just gonna pop a plastic lid on this in about an hour, and I'm gonna set it in my fridge. And that's where it'll sit until we're ready. Well, you know, about 2 hours before dinner. I'll pull it out of the fridge. I'll let it sit on the counter for about a half hour. Then I'm gonna pop it in the oven, and I'm gonna bake this, I don't know, 30-40 minutes, just until the top gets nice and golden brown, and it'll be perfect. It's fantastic once you double bake it like that, especially with the butter in it. Oh, it's so good. My kids just inhale this. It's been a favorite lately. So like I said, I've been making it about once a week, sometimes twice a week. And it's really, really good. So just another way to use a butternut squash, especially if you have it available to you, if you grew it in your garden. I hope to grow some next year. But like I said, I can get them for $1 up at the corner at the farm stand, and we're just loving it. So that'll be our side dish with the beef tips, which I'll show you here. It's looking so good. And this will be dinner on top of some egg noodles, and a side of butternut squash. And that'll be dinner. I might make some fresh bread, bake some fresh bread. Undecided yet. We're about to go down and homeschool for the afternoon, so I like to get this all done in the morning. It just makes the afternoon go by so much easier and faster. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye, guys.